Welcome to the show. Today we're going to do a little quick episode again. Sometimes we talk on broader topics, sometimes shorter ones. And today I just felt really inspired to share a system that I've taught, I don't know, 1,000 times at this point. It's a little thing I call red, yellow, green. So, Kevin, how are you today?
Doing great. I love red, yellow, green. This has changed my life.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, I taught authenticity for a decade. We had the art of authenticity, and I was a coach with authenticity. And I was really thinking about what does it mean to be in an authentically truthful moment, right? What does that mean? And so I was coaching clients and thinking about how to express it. And, I'm quoting Krishnamurti and I'm talking about whatever, Plato, whatever I'm doing. And the thing that I realized is it needed to get into people's bodies, right? How do I know what's true for me in a moment means that I can locate truth. And truth is not in my mind, right? Truth is somewhere within me. So the first thing that I always talk about is just this idea that the mind is a wonderful tool to express truth, to articulate it, to hold information. But the decision maker, the ultimate after we've weighed the pro and con list to death, there's got to be a moment where we are able to decide. And that's where we struggle, right? Other people's approvals, or maybe I just want to make the right decision, whatever, whatever. So, how do you make decisions in life that feel truthful for you and they're not just, I don't know, an aggregate or collective truth? And you wake up years later looking at your life wondering, how did I get here? Right? Because I've made one inauthentic decision after the next. So, red, yellow, green, my cute little way to work with people. So, Kevin, can I use you as my guinea pig today?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, the first thing to try, and you can listen back or try this wherever you are, but just imagine, Kevin, something in your life where it is 100% clear that it is a yes. Somebody you love, something you love.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And so bring that person or thing into your mind's eye and really focus in. And then start to describe to me what you feel in your body when you do that.
Yeah, I feel it's in the middle of my chest. It's like this open, like light. Um, just feels very light. It's like at home. It's almost
Mm.
walked into my house and it smells like cookies, and it's just like I'm home. That kind of
Uh,
feel.
yeah, yeah, beautiful. And you look like you're smiling too. Like so for people who are listening to the audio, Kevin's got a nice little happy look on his face. And you're not thinking too hard, right?
No, no.
Yeah, it's just a felt experience.
Yep.
Okay. So, what is this thing that you thought about?
So I was thinking about my only daughter.
Beautiful. Your
Yeah,
daughter,
who's amazing.
amazing. Finn.
Yep, Finn.
So Finn, uh, you love Finn.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. So here's the thing about red, yellow, green. So this I would call green, a positive thing in your life that you're certain about. And the reason it works is because if I sit here now and beat up on poor Kevin and say, Kevin, listen, here's the truth. I was chatting with your wife. I talked to your friends. The reality is you fucking can't stand your daughter. It's just an absolute no go. You hate being a dad. None of this appeals to you. She's terrible. You guys never get along. The days you spend together suck. Am I changing your mind?
No, no, not at all.
Is any part of your brain starting to feel defensive or you want to like make the case or like you're wondering maybe if it's true?
No, it's just like, it is like a wall that comes up. I was like, "Pfft, no,
Exactly.
no." It's like you calling me a fish. It's like, I'm not a fish.
Exactly.
It's so
Exactly.
illogical. Yeah.
That's right. So to get in your body and to know what is true, first you want to experience it in your body with something that's really just absolutely black and white. So if you take something as clear for yourself as this is for Kevin, and it could be a hobby or something, anything that you're certain, no matter how long I push into Kevin and tell him how he despises being a father and he does not really love his daughter, I'm not gonna change his mind. I might annoy him, but I'm not going to push him into a place where he contemplates whether or not he doesn't know this is true. And so that you just tag as green, the experience of the quietness in your mind, the feelings in your body, and you just label it green. Okay, now I know what yes feels like. That's a yes. Okay. So then conversely, what do we dislike? And so, Kevin, if you could take something that you just 100% do not like doing.
Okay.
Okay, what is that for you?
Right. Doing taxes.
Taxes. Nobody likes taxes. Well, I shouldn't say that. A lot of people don't. So, and where do you feel so if I said, "Okay, Kevin, we're gonna spend the next week focused solely on taxes." Where is that on your body?
It's like in my stomach. It's like, ugh. It's like a stone. It's like heavy and yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No. No. So similarly to the green, so we call that red. And similarly to green, if I were to spend 5 minutes saying, "Kevin, you're not seeing the merits of spending time with taxes. It can be really fun. Like, what are you talking about? Let's do tax day together and hang out as friends." I'm not gonna change your mind.
No. No.
So that's your full body no, right? So we tag that red. So now you know what it feels like to be in an absolute no and an absolute yes. And then everything in the middle you can play with, yellow is the middle point, but yellowy green, burnt orange, right? Like people play with the color coding, but you go around in your life and you start to live your life. We're doing this podcast today, red, yellow, green. How do you feel about it?
I feel green, man. Totally green. And let's say when I said earlier that this has changed my life, I really do mean that because I grew up being very heady. Like you have to think your way through life. And so I was really disconnected from my body. And when I learned this, it gave me a tool that I could really start to practice. So I'll use my daughter as kind of my baseline. It's like, okay, I have to remind my body what yes feels like, what green light feels like. And I'll go back to that. And then I'll, ask the question or, look at the thing that I'm trying to feel into.
Yeah.
And it really works. It really does.
Yeah, I've taught this for so long and it seems so simple that people sort of doubt it at first. But what I suggest for people when they work privately with me is after I teach this to spend a week or two and think about you're going to the gym, right? Um, you wouldn't walk in and just start picking up. Well, I wouldn't. I'm a woman. I wouldn't pick up like 100-pound weights and see what I could do with them.
You totally
It's
would.
no way. So think about like little reps, right? So what do you want for lunch today? What do you want to drink today? Do you want to go for a walk? Do you need to get up and stretch? And notice, is it red, yellow, or green? Are you getting up to walk because you should or because you want to? Right? Are you sitting back down at the computer because you should or because you want to, right? Are you going out to dinner with friends tonight because you want to or you should, right? Are you doing things that you don't want to? Now, here's the big one. Everybody says to me, "Laura, come on." Okay, like, right? We have to do things we don't want to do. And I'm not suggesting that you live your life just eating ice cream. That is not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that you stop lying to yourself.
That's a big one right there.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Yeah.
be honest. I absolutely hate doing some things that I need to do. I don't wanna go to the grocery store for the 5th time in a week sometimes, right? I'm not interested, but I'm going to do it for whatever reasons that I've decided to do it, but I'm not gonna lie, okay? And the benefit of that is then I go to the grocery store and I first of all, what can I do for self-care so that I'm not so annoyed, right? Because I don't want to do it. Right? Who wants to go with a friend to the hospital or to a like, there's a bunch of things in life, like, right? I mean, maybe somebody likes that, but for a lot of people, there's a lot of things that we do that we feel good about on some level, but it's unpleasant. We don't want to be doing it. It's not the way we want to spend our time. There's things within my work life where I'm like, I like writing books. I don't like editing. It's boring to me, right? But I'm going to do it. But I don't lie anymore. So I take care of myself, right? And I go and I get some tea and I take breaks and I do things, right? Instead of starting this conversation about how I should like it and what's wrong with me that I don't like it. And I don't like sit ups. I think they're dreadful. However, as I hit 52, I don't want to become like a mushball.
Right.
So right, like, I'm gonna do I do not like them though. I just don't. I hate doing them. I don't know why. Okay. So you stop lying to yourself and then you practice on the little things and then you up it, right? So, first, do I want tea or coffee? And how am I making that decision? Am I being truthful or am I lying to myself? And then you work your way up, right? For a new project, a new routines in your life to the big questions that people really want to know. What do I want with my life? Right? What is authentic in my life for a career, for my spouse, for my like people want to come to me with the big ones, like, what is the big ticket answer? What's gonna make me happy? But if you can't answer the little stuff all day with ease, like, how are you gonna answer the big question, like, what ultimately is fulfilling and authentic in my life?
Yeah. I like to think about it like compound interest. There's like these little, like you build this up over time. And then before long, you really do have this clear, direct knowing of like you're in tune with yourself. And like you said, you're not judging yourself anymore. You're just open, authentic, truthful with yourself. And I mean, that's what everybody's after anyway, you know?
Completely, Kevin, and it's like there's this feeling in life, like, if I could just answer the big ticket items, I'm gonna be happier, but the reality is, like, we live in the day to day, too, and being able to sort of authentically, honestly express what is true and not true in all moments without feelings of guilt or shame or approvals or whatever it is that you struggle with is a really beautiful way to feel. We want to feel better now. And when we're in our truth, we feel better, right? It's very stressful to live life according to all sorts of ideas of what we've learned and how things should be. So the thing that I want to say though before we hang up this little episode is when you start to live in your truth, you'll start to notice the thoughts that want to derail you. So as simple as red, yellow, green is, right? When you get into the ones that are like less black and white, right? Taxes and your daughter, fine. But like things that are not so simple because somebody needs something from you or, whatever it is. Notice the thoughts in your head and the way that you're derailing yourself out of your truth. And if you can capture those or work with a coach on it and start to unpack what it is that you uniquely say to yourself that gets you out of your truth, that's when you can really start to heal.
Yeah. And be kind with yourself. It's like with anything, new that you're learning, just be kind to yourself. Do the work, do the practice, and try it today. I mean, don't take our word for it. Give it a shot and see. So, Laura, thanks for sharing this. I'm going to go practice that now. I hope everybody else does.
Thank you, Kevin. So fun once again.
All right. We'll see everybody next time.